New at 5, a new law regarding wetlands is in place in our state, and the Department of Environmental Conservation is letting property owners know what can and can't be done on their land. This week in Cicero, the DEC gave some clarity about the regulations that went into effect back in January. CBS 5's Dale Ostrander reports.
Now that new wetland regulations are in effect, let's start with what you can do without a permit. Things like maintenance and repair on existing structures like docks are good to do without a permit. Fishing, hunting, gardening, trapping, hiking, or swimming and picnicking are all good to do as well. Firewood collection and selective cutting of trees is allowed. Things you can't do without a permit are as followed: new construction of buildings, roadways, septic systems, or dams, placement of fill, excavation, or grading. Additionally, the modification, expansion, or extensive restoration of existing structures will now need a permit if they are on a wetland. Finally, clear cutting of trees and application of pesticides in wetlands is not allowed without permit. Neighbors learned at Wednesday's meeting that the DEC is backed up with applications and taking around 90 days to respond to property owners' permits.
But it's first come, first served, and we're swamped. We're backed up.
The permitting process, called jurisdictional determination, gives the DEC 90 days to determine whether or not a property owner has a wetland on their property and if they can or can't do the permitted work on a property. But because how swamped the DEC has been, sometimes it is taking more than those 90 days. In that case, neighbors are instructed to mail a letter to DEC headquarters in Albany. The DEC then has 10 business days to give a final answer. If they do not, then property owners are allowed to go ahead with the project. If granted a permit, it lasts for 5 years.
If the project's in mind and we don't know whether or not there's jurisdictional wetland, is to get that request in. What we hear from folks is that sometimes it's taking most of those 90 days, but they're getting it within those 90 days.
Now, to see if your property is on one of these new wetlands, you can head to the DEC's website. The DEC says oftentimes it can make approvals over the internet, and if not, it will send an agent out to inspect your property. Reporting in studio, I'm Dale Ostrander.